Hello, book nerds. My name is Gregg Rosenblum. I am the author of the YA science fiction novel Revolution 19, which came out in January of 2013. This is the hardcover. The paperback actually comes out on January 7th, 2014, the same day that book 2 in the series comes out, Fugitive X. So that's going to be January 7th, 2014, and it's going to be a trilogy. Gene, thank you so much for the opportunity to speak to you guys. I was thinking about what I would talk about, and I thought maybe, I'm assuming that a number of you not only are book lovers, but also are aspiring writers, and I thought it might be helpful and interesting to give a couple of tips for aspiring writers on how to be successful and some of the things that I've learned on the way. So, step number one, let's talk about finances. It's tough to make ends meet while you're a writer. It's not road to instant wealth. So I would say the most important thing is to be independently wealthy. Be born into a wealthy family is probably ideal. If necessary, you can inherit money in your 20s. That make things a little bit harder. The other possibility is to marry an investment banker. I made a mistake. I met my wife at an MFA program, and she's actually a writer as well. Her name is Wendy Wonder. Her book is The Probability of Miracles, and she actually has a second book coming out soon called The Museum of Intangible Things. Like I said, the mistake I made was falling in love with another writer, so I would suggest if you do, for example, if you're in an MFA program, don't talk to any people that you find attractive or interesting. Unless they're wealthy people slumming, sort of, like an Olsen twin or Ethan Hawke or someone like that. Number two, get an endorsement from, ideally J.K. Rowling, if necessary, someone like Stephen King. Let me read, this is what J.K. Rowling had to say about Revolution 19. She said, "This was far and away the best book I've ever read, much better than anything I've done. I wish I had written this instead of Harry Potter." Don't sue me. Okay, number three, social media marketing. This is very important. Nowadays there are a lot of books out there, there are a lot of writers, and you've got to hustle. And you can't assume that the publisher is going to do it all for you. You've got to get the word out yourself. So what I do, what I suggest is to carry around wherever you go a giant blow-up of your book. I take this to parties. I take this on the subway. Make sure that you have it everywhere, and just, really the best way is don't talk to anyone. Just make solid eye contact and kind of just sort of push it towards them. And then, sometimes you can smile a little bit, but don't say anything. And I found that's created a lot of buzz. What's next? Defining success. Let me get a little philosophical here for a second. People are going to try to tell you whether or not you're successful as a writer, and that's not going to make you happy. You've got to decide for yourself what success means. So I say set the bar low. Define it as something that's easily attainable. For example, I defined it recently as being able to beat Skippy Joe 3 on Words with Friends. Nailed it. Boom. Beat him 430 to 324. I'm successful. All right, next. Win a major award. Pulitzer, Nobel, if necessary, a National Book Award. And again, this is going to sound kind of obvious, but it's actually not. Make sure you accept the award. Revolution 19 was actually offered a Pulitzer Prize, but I turned it down in a protest of the Sochi Olympics, which I'm now realizing was probably a little misguided. Okay, next. Nail your demographic. And I'm sorry, I keep looking down because I've got my notes here. So I'm not the best videographer, but stick with me. Okay, what am I talking about? Nail your demographic, right. So my books are young adult science fiction novels. You got to know who your readers are. I sent these to my grandmother. She loves them. She said they were great. She's sharing them with the other 90-somethings in her Fort Lauderdale condo community, and so I've really got that demographic nailed because I think it's something that other people are ignoring. So know who your readers are and find them and make sure that they actually like your book. I got a couple here. I was writing this one when I was I came up with this idea in the shower. It says bathe regularly. I don't know if that's really valid so much anymore. I think that used to be more important back in the old days when authors would actually be sent out on physical meet and greets, where you're actually doing readings at bookstores. And, personally, I don't do that much of it. Mostly it's virtual what I do, so I don't think bathing is really, it's really not all that important anymore. So let's ignore that. And finally, twerk. There's really, what else can you say? It worked for Miley. I think it can work for authors too. Last one is don't take yourself too seriously and try to have some fun. And I have for you, a way for you to contact me is, here it is. I'm at Gregg Rosenblum on Twitter. That's probably the best way to reach me. Again, it was great talking to you, and thanks for Gene for the opportunity. Take care.